I believe we have a few bits and bobs to talk about.
Yeah, we definitely do,
Jim.
mate. Let me turn this radio off.
Yo.
I'm hearing Sunday is a shit show of a
Yeah,
day.
Sunday, I'm just going to go ahead and call that probably the most, like, probably the shittest day of my life, bro. Like, I don't know. Not shittest day of my life, you know what I mean? All my family's died in car crashes and that, but it was definitely one of the most worst performing days for me of my life. I'm going to call it.
What went wrong? What happened?
Well, I mean, I explained it all, didn't I,
Confused
in that house, didn't I? Like, what, like, in a literal sense, or like, what do you mean?
Well, I'll list off, right, what I've heard you've done in that Sunday, okay?
All right, go on, bro.
There was the whole Terry thing in the cells.
Yeah.
There was you talking about the active war in front of cops by accident and letting them hear that. There was...
Yeah, but you've got about the end of that
shooting...
cops disregarded it as shit info that they're not going to use, bro. They literally said that.
Yeah, fine. You've then got you shooting Michael.
Yeah.
Also you shooting Terry. And you cooked meth in front of my house.
It won't really...
Have I missed anything, Steve? Or...
I think that was it.
In a literal sense, Sparky, I weren't on your property. I know it really meant too much of a difference, but legally speaking, I'm in a public area, which is still bad. It's still our turf. I'm not trying to justify it. I know I made a mistake, you know what I mean? But yeah,
There was also the kind of Shiro situation.
yeah, but I feel like if I'm gonna talk about that, yeah, I feel like that
accomplice.
shit's just played up. Like that's just getting played up, like for some stupid reason. With like in a literal sense, I spoke in front of police and they've heard me say some shit I shouldn't have said, bro. But like,
no, he means going
going
to
around
Mirror
the blocks
Park and pretending to be thingy.
I ain't taking no credit for that, no blame for that, not a single crumb of it. With like, what?
That's why I said accomplice, right? Terry was a big driving force in that, but you were there, which combine that with everything else in the day, like, I'm not just gonna ignore that happened too.
Alright, bro.
So what went wrong? Why did that happen all in a day? Like that listed alone is just mental, no? Like if you actually hear it listed out like that, all of that shit happening in one day is wild.
And listen, I ain't gonna stand here and try and sugarcoat it, brother. This is what I said in that house, more or less, yeah. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not gonna say, well, I did it because of this and it's alright because of that. Like, what I've done, yeah, bruv, is wrong. And I've been told many times it shouldn't happen, bro. Like, they're shooting each other's shit and that. I know for a fact what I've done, I shouldn't have done it, bro. But, like, at the same time, the Terry thing, I told the guy many times, like, if you actually try and rob this table and think you're funny, bruv, you're getting shot. Because I'm not chasing you about on some bullshit, bruv. Like, just stop pissing me off. And like the Michael thing, that's way more like my fault than the Terry one. I'll be honest. Like that's just everyone's just about. And then I've just heard that he's shooting Charlie, so I've shot him. Like no one should be shooting each other. It is what it is, bro. Like I've fucked up, bruv. I don't know what to say. But at the same time, though,
one,
yeah,
you know, it's a tough one to wake up and hear all that in one day. Because when it's dumb shit like that, this is the issue, right? When it's dumb shit like that. And it's like, it might be some shit that the other person doesn't care about. Me and Steve wake up, you know, it doesn't get brought to us in a serious manner. It just kind of dies. It doesn't go past that. The problem is, right, as soon as it's been communicated to us seriously, it's then dealt with seriously. Like, so when you've got Terry coming to us about the whole shooting thing and mentioning the whole situation in general, it just doesn't leave us with many options.
Well, yeah, but like, I get what you're saying, yeah, and I'm like I said, I'm not trying to justify it, but I know shooting members is a no-go, yeah. But at the same time, how are you two going to tell me that as an OG and this and that, I should know better than to shoot a member? When all I'm hearing about, I've heard that you've been shooting DJ in his head and that, yeah? I've heard that Steve's been shooting Clive or something, or the way around. But then you're meant to be the leadership, like the actual role models of the gang. But then I'm getting said, oh, you're an OG, people are supposed to look up to you. You're not supposed to be doing this shit, you should know better. But you're two are doing the exact same thing you're telling me I shouldn't be doing, bruv. I'm not trying to justify it, I'm just asking where's the logic there, bruv. And then people want to talk about a lack of respect. I don't get it, bro.
There is no logic. And to be honest, I'm not a role model, and neither is Steve.
So what are you then,
We're
bruv?
gang leaders. We're leaders of a Southside gang.
What, and are you not supposed
I'm
to
not
lead
here
by
to
example,
be a big
bruv?
brother figure. We tried that for a very long time. I'm not gonna lie. The stuff that we've been through from start to here with this gang has made us try various methods of leading and different approaches. We made a decision when we was up on the roof at Legion Square. We said, right, we want to take over the South Side. We want to be more South Side. We all agreed on it. It's like, I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat it to you. I shot DJ. And I will continue to tell people in the gang that they can't shoot members. And you can hear that and say that's hypocritical.
Well,
That's fine for you to feel that way. But at the end of the day, that, like, the rules are dictated by us. I know that's not nice to hear, and it doesn't feel right that we can do that and
no,
then penalize people
bro.
for doing it.
It's bullshit, bruv.
But
Like,
that is the reality of where we are from.
Like, but you're making these rules, bruv. And how do you expect anyone else to follow them and listen to your rules and take them serious if you don't follow them yourself, bro?
Because I followed the rules for a long time and you still didn't listen. So why would I bother?
So you're... it just ain't making no sense to me what
It's
you're saying,
leadership.
bro.
And there's tough love. And sometimes you might have a valid reason to have to be violent to a member. I'll be real. There's times where in leadership, it can be valid. And what I did to DJ, like I said, I did do it. And I think it was valid.
Well, what if I say I think shooting Terry because he's pissing me off all day trying to rob my table's valid? If my opinion is that I shot him and it's valid, well, I'm no different to you then, no?
Well, I would like to think that my reason isn't as mundane as like a Sunday full of just shooting each other on the block. The table thing, all right, yeah, cool. You could say there's more of a reason to that. You shotgunned Michael in the chest. He walked out of his house 2 minutes after waking up, got shot. He shot Charlie back in the foot. You then ran up and shotgunned him.
Yeah, but what I'm saying
like,
is...
I think if we put what I did compared to what you did, there's a lot more reason behind
you're missing
mine.
details, bro. When you say he got shot, so he shot Charlie. I've not shot him then, bro. Some other cunt has. And then I don't know what the fuck's happening. I'm running through a garden, bro. And then I'm just hearing, yo, Michael's shooting me. So I've shot him, bro. Like, and
that's not your place.
And I'm not trying... I know it's not, bro. I'm not trying to justify it, but I'm just saying that's what happened. He's not walked out his house and I've just shot him, bro. Like, that's not how it happened, bro. It's like, I know you could just say I'm lying or I'm just trying to cover my own back or whatever. We offer these details. But no matter what anyone else has told you, bro, the stories I told you, how everything played out when I walked in the house yesterday, that's more or less exactly how everything happened, bro.
Yeah, I've not believed you throughout the whole process, but the story themselves, they are the truth, but that truth is not good.
I know it's not, bro. I'm not going to sit here and try and make it out like it is, bruv.
And for some context on the whole DJ thing, because I feel like people just say SK shot DJ. DJ outed or borderline outed the brokers on Twitter, so SK shot him for it because of his big mouth.
How come you shot Clive?
Because of his big mouth.
Then I can't shoot Terry because of his big mouth.
Yep.
Well, that's just some bullshit, bruv. That just seems more to me like you two think you can just do whatever you want, and if anyone else tries to be like you two, they're not allowed to. You make these rules up that people can and can't do things, and you don't even follow your own rules, bro.
The harsh reality is we've given plenty of people opportunities to be like us, and yet no one's took the opportunities.
Like what, bruv? Well, have you got an example to follow that up with or not?
The past 2 years of this gang.
I was looking for structure underneath Steve for a fucking year, to be honest. Everyone, like, there's so many people that are the same, bro. They wake up one day, they are one way. The next day, they're another way. The day after that, they're a completely different way. It's like this. There is been efforts. We've been through 3 different structures as a gang. I personally don't think there's many people in this gang that can take a role seriously, and it's sad to say that, but that is like has been proven to be the case.
Yeah, well, maybe the problem isn't the people like the 2RC, the 3RC, the shot callers, or people below, or maybe the problem's the people above them, bro. Have you ever thought about that?
Well, I don't think the people above them are having a skirmish on the block on a Sunday night.
Well, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying you're having a skirmish, bro. I'm saying have you ever thought the root of most of this gang's problems might come from up top and trickle the way down rather than vice versa?
Yeah, and you're well within your right to think that could be the case, but we got this far, and quite frankly, no one's brought shit up. to this point. And when it has been brought up, there's been changes made. You pulled me to the side. We had conversations about it semi-recently. There's been changes made. STE came up as a co-leader. You didn't have a problem until we're calling you out for what you've done. I'm not expecting you to understand that we can shoot people and you can't. Because if the roles are reversed and I'm in your shoes, I'll probably feel a way about that too. At the end of the day, in gang life, sometimes leaders are going to do stuff that someone who isn't a leader wouldn't be able to do. That's not alien in the gang world.
It's not even just about shooting people though, bro. It's not like I want permission to shoot my gang members, bro, because you two. That's not what I'm saying, bro. But it's like there's many problems in this gang, bro, that people try to address and they just get shrugged off. And I don't.
Like what?
Like I know what I already know answers I'm gonna get for these things, but it's like people have limited access to shit until a certain person's around that can help them get something. Like, bro, if I want a lockpick, bro. The gang sells lockpicks, does all this bullshit with lockpicks. I end up having to buy one off Lemon List. There's loads of people that ain't got access to shit that they just should have access to. And I get it's because people can't be trusted and people have been caught stealing things in the past and shit like this and that. But like, and I'm not saying I know a solution to these problems, bro, but there's loads of shit. But I'm not going to sit here and rattle it all off because they're not really my problems, bro. Half the audience we've got on Red Brick, it's half of their problems, bro. And I'll let them address it however they want. I'm not going to sit here and talk on behalf of everyone else. Because ain't no one stood here talking with me on behalf of me, is there? But it's me on my own, bro. End of the day.
It's fair that you feel that way. You know, the conversations we've had in the past, and it's just not an easy thing because one person in the gang can do one thing, right? Two people in the gang can do something. There's a lot of stuff that happens, right? That means that this access is restricted. Personally, I don't think the access is even that crazy. Like we started off with everyone having access to everything. We then went through a period where it was very secluded and now it's much more open. But people do things within the gang, right? Say, for example, they take money off the top or they're skimming. Unless we are brought proof of this happening, we can't just eradicate that person. So unfortunately, everyone falls victim because 1, 2, 3 people fuck around.
And that is the harsh reality too. It's like you say stuff starts at the top and it's trickled down, but the fact is shit happens on a daily basis that impacts this gang negatively, and people keep it to themselves and don't let us find out to deal with it.
Well, like what?
Like SK just said, people skimming off jobs. I know for a fact people skim off jobs and they agree to each other, we'll split this and we'll not tell anybody. Or I'm gonna take 3 lockpicks instead of the one I've paid for.
All right, so when you say you know for a fact people are doing that, yeah, who is it what you know for a fact is doing that?
I don't know who's doing it, bro. I see the money missing. I see shit missing. I see inconsistencies in shit, but I don't know who does it. And it's impossible for me to find out because, to be completely harsh about it, they do it when I'm not around.
That is the thing. A lot of times people will do that shit when either me or Steve aren't around, or they'll do it when we are around but we're not on the job because then they know they get away with it. But like, it's like we're saying, we can't, I'm not just gonna, for example, if someone came to me and said, oh, Luke's been skimming, if they've not come to me with proof, I'm not just gonna turn around and say, right, cool, you're gone. I need to know that for fact. So if we don't know it for fact, it's unfortunately a blanket that covers everyone, where it's like, right, well, we're gonna have to just make sure that a handful of people can get this shit so that we can't just get stained on a day-to-day basis. Like, it's one thing I hope is like clear is running this shit is not easy, because we have a lot of people that are big personas like yourself, yeah, and they're constantly loopholing and finding little things to change and this and that to get around things, and that just causes problems for everybody else.
Like who though?
If I knew, they wouldn't be here. But we can only deal with it with what we know.
Well, I guess that brings you back to me then.
Indeed.
I'm not going to shoot her. It's just dead.
I mean, my thing on a personal one is just that I just don't understand like why you just was on some madness that day. Like, I know you've said everything that happened, but I just, like, is there a reason, or is it just?
Nah, it's not like there's someone got any reason, bro. It's just, I guess it's just one of them days, bro. My head just weren't in it, bro, when I'm moving loose and I'm doing dumb shit, like. And I'm not going to throw anyone under the bus and shit, but like, I weren't the only one doing dumb shit on Sunday, bro. Like, it were just one of them days for most people, bro. Like, and I know I've took it too far, and I know I've made mistakes. Like I said, I'm not trying to justify what I've done, because it is wrong, bro. And I know for a fact it's wrong. It shouldn't be happening. But like, it was just one of them days, bro. Like, my head weren't in it. I would have been an idiot, bro. Like I said, in terms of me actually getting shit done, it was the shittest day ever. Like, I was being a baghead, bro. I don't know, bro. It was just like one of them days where I've just had enough.
I mean, I honestly wish it could be, you know, just one of them days. But it's just how many times have we said about shooting people? And I know you weren't the only person on Sunday, but it's just the fact that there's so much stacking up in that one day. And again, to circle back to it, you are an OG. Like, you have been in this gang since essentially day one.
Not even essentially, bro. Since actual day one.
Yeah, day one, you was here.
Come on.
But when dumb shit's happening and it's getting pushed to us in a serious way, it's going to be met with serious response. And I said to Terry, I said, you're saying you want this dealt with? And he was saying Manor Court. I said, listen, Manor Court, we can do it. That's calm. But that's like a non-serious thing. So like you might not get like a serious response from that. And he said, all right, no Manor Court then. Deal with it how you're going to deal with it. And realistically, when this situation has happened into the past with Terry being on the other side of the gun, you know what happened.
Yeah, I know, bro. I kind of half expect that I know what's going to happen here, bro.
I know, you're not dumb. And it's not easy on either of us, to be honest. But I think you know where this is going.
Yeah, bro. I think we all do.
It's rough.
Don't look at me.
I mean, don't look at you, bro.
Don't look at me. Look at
Why
SK.
not? What, you gonna walk behind me?
Nope. Look at SK.
You weren't an OG. It could have been as simple as just, you know, taking your flag and you're going for what happened. But you know you was blooded in. I didn't ever want to have to see the day that this happens. But if you're blooded in, you have to be blooded out.
We gone. We gone, bruv. Show we done. Yeah, it's sad, man. Not good, bruv. Get the Adele on.